All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. All right, the title of this lesson is going to be called Condemnation of the Amalekites is Now Illegal. Now, this article was posted on thetruthseeker.co.uk. And this was 2 days ago, June 6th. Today's I think it's the 8th or the 9th. So 2 or 3 days ago. Okay. And, one of the brothers posted this on the chat. So I figured I'd do a lesson. Lord willing, is edifying. So I'm going to go ahead and start here. You can see where it says Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida recently signed a bill which added anti-Semitism to the list of outlawed forms of discrimination in Florida, equating it with other forms of racial discrimination, reported the Tallahassee Democrat. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at this bill right here. Okay, because when you really look at it, and this can get a little confusing if you're not familiar with it, but I'll post a link to this article in the description. The point is that this is within the Florida educational system that this decree is made. Okay. So for example, let me go here. You can see here line 36. It says all public K-20 education classes shall be available to all students without regard to race, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. So this is line 51. It says a public K-20 educational institution must treat discrimination by students or employees or resulting from institutional policies motivated by anti-Semitic intent in an identical matter to discrimination motivated by race. Okay, so basically what that's saying in a nutshell is anybody who's showing anti-Semitic or anti-Semitism towards any student, okay, or by any student, is gonna be basically treated with the same punishment as a racial comment, a racial slur. Which, I mean, it's already bad enough that Esau is trying to punish people for the basically the racism that people have, okay? Because racism is really a natural emotion, okay? Every nation is for its own nation. That's what racism means. So it says, for purposes of this section, the term anti-Semitism includes a certain perception of the Jewish people which may be expressed as hatred towards Jewish people. Now, here's really where the reason why I brought this article out is because Esau is going to classify us as anti-Semitic. Well, he already has. Okay, but this is Esau's definition of anti-Semitism. Okay, it said it includes a certain perception of Jewish people, and he's talking about Amalekites, by the way. All right. It says, which may be expressed as hatred towards Jewish people, rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Semitism directed toward a person, his or her property, or toward Jewish community institutions or religious facilities. Examples of anti-Semitism include calling for, aiding, or justifying the killing or harming of Jews, often in the name of a radical ideology or an extremist view of religion. Okay, so this is an example of anti-Semitism in the eyes of these Edomites. Okay, calling for the killing or harming of Jews, all right, or so-called Jews. Okay, and so that's what we do on the highways and byways every week, 2 times a week, every chance we get. So he's classifying us as anti-Semitic in his legislature. So with that being said, I'm going to get some scriptures. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1 says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay. And That's exactly what this economy and what this nation was established off of. Unrighteous decrees. Okay? Because speaking against Amalekites is now going to become prohibited. Okay? More and more commonly. So now it says that this is directed, once again, I want to make sure this is highlighted. This is directed towards students. Let me see. Okay, it says right here on line 18, it says discrimination against students and employees in the Florida K-20 public education system prohibited. Equality of access required. Okay, so they're saying that it's basically like a good thing that they're prohibiting anti-Semitism. Okay, now going back to the scriptures, I'm gonna get another one. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me continue reading on in here in this legislature. Where was I at down here? Okay, here we go. All right, so here's some more examples of anti-Semitism. All right, I'm on line 65. Making mendacious, dehumanizing, demonizing, or stereotypical allocations about Jews as such, or the power of Jews as a collective, especially but not exclusively the myth. See, this is the point right here that I want to bring out. Esau says it's a myth, right? The myth about a world Jewish conspiracy or of Jews controlling the media. Row 69. The media, economy, government, or other societal institutions. So we are making allegations, so-called, right? We're alleging, we're making mendacious, dehumanizing, and demonizing and stereotypical allegations about the Jews and the power of the so-called Jews, by the way, and their power in this world. Okay. And they gave all the examples, how they control the economy, the media, the government, and other institutions. Now, let's get this scripture right here. Okay. And this is part of the reason why Esau is against the Bible, man. All right. Why these Amalekites are against the Bible? Because it exposes them. Okay. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. What does that mean? What does it mean? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. What it means is exactly what it says. A wicked seed line, a wicked bloodline, okay, a wicked nation possesses the earth at this current time. It's just true. And there's no way around it. And so for us saying that Esau, especially the Amalekites, control the media, which they do, okay, now that's anti-Semitism. But we already know that Esau rules the world, so to speak. You see? Matter of fact, let me get this in, let's see here. Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. So right now they've built up their kingdom. We know that Yahweh Bashim Yahshua is going to bring it down, but it doesn't mean that they haven't what's the word I'm looking for? That they haven't built it up. They're going to keep building it up until Yahweh Bashim Yahshua does throw it down. Okay, and it says, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Okay, the border of wickedness. Every place where Esau dwells is the border of wickedness. So Babylon the Great, okay, America, also known as America, is the border of wickedness. And the people, continuing on, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. Let's get another one. Let's see, Isaiah 25. Let's see here. Okay. All right, this is this is Isaiah chapter 25, verse 5. It says, "Thou shalt bring down the noise of strangers as in the heat of a dry place, even the heat with the shadow of the cloud. The branch of the terrible ones shall be brought low." And that's the point right there. All right, Esau is going to be brought down. His power is going to be brought down. But in order to be brought low, you have to be what? You lift it up. You see? And that's exactly what's going on right now. If you look at the world now, I'm going to go back to this article, okay? Because this is just the bill that the governor of Florida recently signed. Now, let's go ahead and continue reading on a little bit, all right? Because he makes some decent points in here. It says the major problem many have with this bill is the definition of anti-Semitism under this law includes everything from saying the Jews control the media, Jews are more loyal to Israel than to America, to many other questionable statements that are protected under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Basically, what this dude is saying is this bill that is being passed, really, people don't have so much of a problem about discrimination against students, more so than the definition of anti-Semitism. Because if Esau passes a bill that has a definition of anti-Semitism in it that people are okay with, right? People are okay with the bill, but the definition is off. Then he can pass some more bills with the definition, with anti-Semitism being redefined. Now you can broaden that spectrum. Now it's prohibited in all citizens of Florida. Now it's prohibited in all citizens of the United States. And with that redefinition, the redefinition of anti-Semitism, that new speak, because really anti-Semitism is a new speak word, okay? But the point is, Esau is going to use that definition to persecute the Israelites, man. Okay, and we're foreseeing that, and we're telling it to you before it happens, so that when it happens, you know that Yahweh Shem Yahushua was speaking. Now, I'm gonna keep reading. It says, "It is also now illegal to question the number of Jews who died in the Holocaust. No other genocide has this protection in the world." Let's see. Let me see here. Okay. Yeah, so he kind of went on a tangent. Okay. But let's go here. Here's another good point that he made. All right here at the top of the screen, it says, outside of all this, actors in Hollywood, including Jewish actors, have openly admitted that Jews are vastly overrepresented in Hollywood, meaning that people who live and work in Hollywood will tell you that the Amalekites are the ones that are actually running everything. It's just true. I mean, that's the point. You can't persecute somebody for telling the truth, but that's what Esau has done, right? So from Adam Sandler to Nick Kroll to Marlon Brando, they all openly admit that Jews do in fact control Hollywood and media. And then he posted some videos. Now, what he did right here is let's see here. Yeah. So what he did right here is name some names of so-called Jews or Amalekites that are actually in media, that are at the top of media. Okay, the owner of Time Magazine, okay, is a so-called Jew. Let's see here. New York Daily News. The owner of New York Daily News is a so-called Jew. President of CBS TV is a so-called Jew. The CEO of AOL and Time Warner is a so-called Jew. President of NBC News is a so-called Jew. ABC News president, so-called Jew. Okay, Viacom, the world's biggest media giant, owns Viacom, cable, CBS, and MTVs all over the world, Blockbuster, and BET. Even the nigga channel is owned by a so-called Jew. BET, that's supposed to be black, so-called black entertainment. Walt Disney, owner of Walt Disney, so-called Jew. Okay, president of CBS. Okay, the president of Fox Entertainment, Warner Bros, Paramount. These are all huge. These are all huge media giants, man. Okay, and so it's true. So for this to be for this information to be made defined as anti-Semitism and punishable by law is now that's false, man. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that way. Okay, because it's true. It should not be to where people are getting punished in whatever way that Esau wants to put together. It shouldn't be that way, man. But hey, we're living in Babylon, so and you can continue, you know, you can continue to read the definition of anti-Semitism because that's really what the purpose of this bill was for. So anyway, look at this, man. Let me read read this one right here. It says, accusing, this is line 74, accusing Jews as a people or the state of Israel of inventing or exaggerating the Holocaust. That would be considered anti-Semitism. So you have all these examples of anti-Semitism that Esau has just made up, and through the power of the pen, he's brought it to life, man. And all the people now have to follow. Okay, so let's get some more scriptures going into Esau and his wickedness, and then we'll close out. This is let me see, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and I'll start at verse 8. It says, Then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And who's the wicked? Self-proclaimed white man. And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. When Yahushua returns, we know that he's going to destroy the armies of these Edomites. Okay, with the thermonuclear missiles and with the chariots. It says, verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And these power and signs and lying wonders that he's doing throughout the earth, these miracles, if you will, is deceiving the hell out of these people and making them think that he's really the top deity, the most powerful, worthy to be worshipped man on the earth. Really, he's just a base man, and the Most High has allowed him to have this power for a short period of time. Okay, verse 9, here's the point. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Verse 10, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. Okay, now pertaining to Esau, he's the one that perpetuates that mindset, okay, of deceiving the people and being unrighteous. And then those two of our nation, the 2/3, they take that on, right? Because they are deceived, because the scriptures say the deceived and the deceiver are his. Okay, since they're deceived, they don't receive the kingdom because they're going and following after their daddy Esau. Okay, all right. So next one I'm gonna get, showing that these Amalekites, they're on top now. And Esau, and it's no coincidence, man, this is all coming out at the same time because Esau, got YouTube changing the rules. How you gonna change the rules, man? But that just shows you it's making a dent, a huge dent. We're getting somewhere with the progress, man. This is Numbers chapter 24, verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Now, was he actually the first nation? Right? No. When it says he was the first of the nations, meaning he's at the top, he's at the pinnacle of his power right now in these times. Okay? But his latter end, meaning the conclusion, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, he shall perish forever. It says, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. So that's what's gonna go. That's what's gonna go down at the end when Yahushua returns. He's gonna get off his high horse, be brought low, and fall, man, and belong and be with these other nations. That's why it talks about that in Isaiah chapter 14. How thou brought. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get it. You see, Isaiah chapter 14. Um, yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 14, and man, I'll start at verse 4. It says, "Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers." You see? And that's exactly what's going to happen. It says, verse 8, "Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, Since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us." Because Esau doing all this deforestation. He's not just behind the media. He's behind everything that's destroying the earth, man. Okay? So here's the point, verse 10, "All they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?" You know? Because Esau is going to be brought to naught, man. Okay? But they don't think that's going to happen. But when it comes, hey, it's going to be a beautiful day. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with this one in Proverbs chapter 26. And let's see, I think it's like the last verse. Verse 27. It says, "Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein." Now Esau, doing all this legislature, is digging a pit for himself. Because what does it say? It says he's gonna fall therein. The turnout is not gonna be what he intended. Okay. And that's with everything that he does. All he's gonna do is vain and empty things, because he's a carnal man, and the Most High is gonna overturn those things that he built. Read it earlier in Malachi chapter 1 and 4. It says, "And he that rolleth a stone will return upon him." Okay, because you rolling a stone up a hill to try to get it to where you want it to go, but you're gonna run out of energy, you're gonna slip, something's gonna happen, and you're gonna get crushed by that same stone that you were trying to push up the hill, man. Okay? And so that's what we have to expect, okay, with these Edomites. So just a warning to brothers, the definition of anti-Semitism is basically tailor-made and fit, custom-made, all right, for the definition of how we explain that the Amalekites are wicked, okay, by going into the facts. So I brought to you brothers were edified. With that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak the bonus to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.